The war years were the best and worst of times for Britain's children. Of the millions evacuated to the country, some loved their new homes, while others were homesick and miserable. In the cities, children lived in fear of air raids, but it was exciting to be the thick of the action. Despite all its terrors and upheavals, growing up during the war was an incredible adventure. Children who were being evacuated usually went by train, leaving in small groups from their schools. Each child had a name labelled pinned to their clothes, and the lucky ones received a ration of chocolate for the journey. After arriving in country villages and towns, the evacuees met local people who had offered to take them in. Some children were herded together, while adults looked them up and down as though they were choosing a new pet. Waiting to be chosen was a heartbreaking experience for many evacuees. Country people were also shocked to discover lice and other vermin living on their new guests. Lots of the evacuees came from slum areas in the cities, where poverty and housing conditions were far worse than they were today. Houses with bathrooms and running hot water were rare, and most city kids had only one good clean a week in council wash houses or public baths. Even in the worst days of the Blitz, there was no escape from school. When the air raid sirens began to howl, children rushed to public shelters or schoolrooms that had been strengthened with sandbags and steel girders. Pupils who lived nearby and had an Anderson shelter in the garden with which allowed to run home. Air raids provided the material for a kind of treasure hunting, collecting shrapnel. Children sought bomb sites for bits of twisted steel from exploded bombs and then traded them in the playground. Aircraft spotting was another pastime, and city kids soon learned how to identify enemy planes from the noise of their engines. Later in the war, American soldiers arrived with exciting treats, chewing gum, chocolate, and comics.